Right now, there are 5 cars sitting on used lots across the country that feel like $80,000 rides, and you can buy every single one for under $25,000. I'm not talking about cars that are nice for the price. I've had customers bring these into the shop and I've looked at the interior thinking I was about to hand them a premium tier bill until I pulled the VIN and realized what I was actually working on. After 20+ years of turning wrenches on everything from base model Corollas to 6-figure German sedans, I know exactly what separates a car that feels cheap from one that feels expensive. And number 1 on this list? That car depreciates so fast it should be illegal, and that's exactly why you should be buying it. Today we're counting down 5 cheap cars that genuinely feel luxurious, and I rank them by how close they get to that real premium experience. I'm saving the most ridiculous value for money car for last, and that one's going to make some luxury owners mad. Let's get into it. Entry number 5, Buick LaCrosse Avenir trim. Starting us off at number 5, and this one's going to surprise people who think Buick is just for retirees. The Buick LaCrosse, specifically the Avenir trim, is one of the quietest sedans I've ever sat in. We're talking noise insulation that rivals cars twice the price. The doors close with this heavy, solid thunk that you normally only hear on a Mercedes or a Lexus. I had a customer last year bring in a 2019 LaCrosse Avenir with about 58,000 miles. He bought it certified pre-owned for just under $22,000. When I sat in that thing to move it onto the lift, I'll be honest, the quilted leather, the real wood accents, the way the seat adjusted in about 14 different directions, I forgot I was sitting in a Buick. The 3.6-liter V6 under the hood puts out 310 horsepower, and more importantly, it does it quietly. You don't hear that engine unless you're trying to. Now here's the mechanic math. That same level of interior quality in a German sedan? You're looking at $55,000 minimum when it was new. This car stickered around $45,000 and now you're picking them up for $18,000 to $23,000 with under 70,000 miles. Maintenance is straightforward. Standard GM 3.6 V6, parts are everywhere, and nothing exotic under the hood. Budget maybe $400 to $600 a year in maintenance and you're golden. The only knock? Buick's resale value is low, which is actually your advantage as a buyer. Nobody's cross-shopping a Buick at the used lot, so they sit there waiting for someone smart enough to look past the badge. Now that was entry number 5, and it already feels like a steal. But this next car? This one has a cult following for a reason, and you can get it for less than a loaded Camry. Entry number 4, Mazda 6 Grand Touring. Number 4 is the car that made automotive journalists stop mid-review and ask, why does this cost $35,000? The Mazda 6 Grand Touring, specifically the 2018 and newer models, has an interior that Mazda had no business putting in a midsize sedan at this price point. We're talking Napa leather, real Japanese Sen wood trim, a heads-up display, and seats that feel like they belong in a car with a completely different badge on the hood. I've worked on maybe 150 Mazda 6 ES over the years. You know what I almost never replace? Major drivetrain components. The Skyactiv 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is one of the most durable engines in the segment. You know what I do replace? Brake pads and tires. That's it. That's basically the whole maintenance story. Here's where it gets ridiculous. A 2020 Mazda 6 Grand Touring with 45,000 miles? You're looking at $19,000 to $22,000 right now. That same level of interior craftsmanship in a BMW 5 Series or an Audi A6. You're north of $60,000 new, and you're paying $1,200 a year just to keep the warranty-expired German engineering from eating your wallet. You should buy this. If you want a car that makes you feel like you spent money you didn't spend, and you want to keep it for 200,000 miles without drama, this is the car. Who should skip it? If you need a V6 or serious horsepower, this 2.5 4-cylinder is refined, but it's not fast. That's the trade-off. Alright, if you're still watching, you're about to see where this list gets serious. The next 3 cars? These aren't just cars that feel luxury, they are luxury cars that nobody's paying luxury prices for anymore. Entry number 3, Acura TLX. Number 3, the Acura TLX. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, that's already a luxury brand. And you're right. But here's what people forget, these depreciate like they're not luxury. A 2020 TLX with the technology package and under 50,000 miles is sitting at $22,000 to $26,000 right now. That car stickered at $38,000 to $42,000. What you're getting underneath is a Honda. And I mean that as the highest compliment a mechanic can give. The 2.4 or the 3.5 V6, Both of those engines are bulletproof when you change the oil on schedule. I've seen TLXs come through with 180,000 miles still running on original transmissions. The interior has real premium materials, the seats are some of the most comfortable in the segment, and the ride quality splits the difference between sporty and comfortable in a way that actually works. Here's the mechanic's verdict on this one. If you want Honda reliability with an interior that doesn't make you feel like you settled, the TLX is the car. Total cost of ownership over 5 years? You're looking at roughly $3,800 to $4,500 in maintenance. Compare that to a similarly equipped BMW 3 Series at $8,000 to $12,000 in the same window. The math speaks for itself. That was a strong pick. But this next one, number 2, this is the car that got me into an actual argument with a dealership manager. I'll tell you exactly what happened. If this kind of straight talk is saving you time and money, hit that subscribe button. I've got a whole series planned on cars that punch way above their price tag, and dealerships definitely don't want you seeing those. Entry number 2, Kia Stinger GT. Number 2 is the Kia Stinger GT, and before anyone rolls their eyes at the badge, stop. This car was engineered by the same person who designed the BMW M5. Albert Biermann left BMW and went to Kia Hyundai, and the Stinger GT is what happened when BMW engineering met Korean pricing. This is a rear-wheel drive, twin-turbo V6 sports sedan with 365 horsepower, Brembo brakes, a limited slip differential, and an interior wrapped in Nappa leather with a suede headliner. Read those specs back to yourself and tell me that sounds like a Kia. Here's the story I promised. I had a customer bring a 2019 Stinger GT into the shop last spring, gorgeous car, 52,000 miles, not a rattle, not a squeak. He'd bought it for $24,000. While it was on the lift, a dealership service manager from the luxury brand next door came over, looked at it, and told my customer he should have bought a real sports sedan. My customer pulled up his maintenance records, $1,800 total over 3 years. Then he asked the dealership manager what his BMW 440i customers were averaging. The manager walked away. That told me everything I needed to know. Right now, a 2019 or 2020 Stinger GT with reasonable miles is $22,000 to $28,000. The twin-turbo 3.3 V6 is from the Lambda family, same block that powers a lot of Hyundai Kia's lineup, so parts aren't exotic. The turbos are well engineered. I've seen very few failures under 100,000 miles as long as the oil changes are on schedule with full synthetic. You should buy this. If you want a car that makes you feel something when you drive, and you want a luxury interior that doesn't look like every other sedan on the road, this is the play. Who should skip it? If fuel economy matters to you, the twin-turbo V6 drinks premium and you'll see 20 to 22 miles per gallon combined on a good day. Alright, number 1. This is the one I've been building up to. This car depreciates faster than almost anything in the luxury segment, and that depreciation is the best gift the used car market has ever given you. Entry number 1. The Climax, Genesis G80. Number 1. The Genesis G80. If you haven't sat in one of these, you genuinely don't understand what's happening in the used car market right now. This is a full-size luxury sedan that was designed from the ground up to compete with the Mercedes E-Class, the BMW 5 Series, and the Lexus GS, and by every objective measure, it does. The interior has quilted leather, real aluminum and wood accents, a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, a 14.5-inch infotainment screen, a 21-speaker Lexicon surround sound system, massaging front seats, and enough legroom in the back to make a Mercedes owner jealous. When that door closes, the cabin goes silent. We're talking luxury tier sound deadening. Here's the number that should make you put your phone down and start searching right now. A 2020 Genesis G80 3.8 with under 50,000 miles? You're looking at $23,000 to $28,000. That same car stickered between $48,000 and $55,000 depending on the trim. That's nearly 50% depreciation in 4 to 5 years. A comparable E-Class or 5 Series. Still sitting at $35,000 to $40,000 used with the same mileage, and those come with $1,500 a year maintenance costs. The 3.8-liter V6 is naturally aspirated, no turbos to fail, no intercoolers to leak. I've seen these engines go well past 200,000 miles on nothing more than regular oil changes and a timing chain tensioner around $150,000. Total annual maintenance? Budget $500 to $700. That's it. That's luxury sedan ownership for Camry money. My verdict: The Genesis G80 is the single best luxury value in the used car market. You get 90% of the Mercedes experience at 50% of the price and 30% of the maintenance cost. If you're spending $25,000 on a used car and you haven't test-driven a G80, you're leaving money and comfort on the table. So those are 5 cars that'll make everyone in the parking lot think you spent money you didn't. From the Buick that nobody's looking at, to the Genesis that's handing you luxury for Camry money, every one of these proves that the badge on the hood is the most expensive thing you'll ever pay for. You now know more about where the real value sits in the used market than most salespeople on the lot this weekend. Use it. Now, if you want to know which cars to absolutely avoid, the ones where the luxury badge comes with repair bills that'll make you sick, I made a whole video on that. It's right here, and it's going to save you thousands. That's 20+ years of shop experience talking. Subscribe, and I'll keep giving you the truth the dealerships won't. See you in the next one.